Hello Virgo, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back as always. For those of you who are new, I am Nicole. Welcome to the channel. So Virgo, I was doing some meditating before starting your video. Interesting. They showed me the tree roots. They talked about the stability. Funny, I was doing something a little bit earlier before this and talked about the root chakra center, and that came up then, and then it come up in your meditation. They're telling me, what Spirit's giving me, is that you are making the possible with what you thought at one point was impossible. So that's very interesting types of energy to have, like you're finding some stability and some balance in your life. So of course we're going to pull the cards, we're going to see how that translates. Understand this is your current energy, so when you find this video, that's when it's meant to find you. For those of you who have liked, shared, subscribed, commented, I appreciate each and every single one of you. For those who have booked personal readings with me as well, I love that you put your trust and faith in me, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm humbled by it every single time. Virgo, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and Venus cross watchers. If that is you, please discern the messages. All signs, everybody always discern the messages. Know that some things will be for you, some may not, or maybe the whole thing or nothing at all. Make sure you check your other placements and everybody else, but you guys and Libra, you are done currently, and we'll get those May readings out. So Virgo, let's see what's happening. All right, Spirit for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know at this time? Spirit, what does Virgo need to know? What is the current energy for the sign of Virgo? Discernment. You're learning about your choices. Very unique energy. I don't even know that I've seen that card come out. It's almost like I'm hearing ethereal understanding. So, you know, take wherever that sits for you. One more, please, for Virgo Spirit. Romantic love. Moving into, you know, that too is not just about choices, but it's also about unity. It's bringing something together. It's offers. It's unifying the heart chakra. One person I spoke with today, and I'm going to throw this out there so if they're watching, they'll know. And this could be for you too. It doesn't mean it's just for one person. We talked about the heart chakra today. So very cool that this comes up. So, you know, nothing is in coincidence. So fantastic energy. So that 39 breaks down to a 3, which is working, collaborating, coming together with others, happiness, fulfillment. I'm also seeing the 3 of Cups with that. This discernment is about the choices. I feel like when we talk about that stability, that root chakra energy, is you're learning from the choices of what before was stable in your life, what wasn't, and why those things are showing their differences to you at this time. Mercury retrograde, reviewing where we've been, understanding where it is that we are going. So I like this energy. It's kind of like a creation of things coming together. What I think is really unique, even though this is a 2, with this card of discernment, is you have this first green ring, the second green ring, and the third green ring, and you know, talking about those threes, three of cups, and then the 3 of pentacles is that collaborating energy. Anytime you have 3s, most often you're going to see that. This romantic love, also opening up the heart space, heart-centered energy, recognizing what it is to heal in a space of love, whether it's for yourself or within the unions that surround you with that too. So the cards say in discernment, the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. That heart space is all about compassion, all about wisdom, all about love, all about just bringing things together and unifying that. And I think that's beautiful energy to be in, Virgo. Romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and a reflection of a conscious lover. Ooh, I like this for you guys. This feels to me like whoever you're entangling yourself with at this time, and this may be for some of you, not everybody, because I recognize that not everybody is in romantic relationships. But if you are with a partner at this time, when you're connecting with that person, energetically, physically, it's a very, very deep level of understanding. It is a mutual a recognition of the soul. It's the heart space. It's everything that's gorgeous and beautiful. I feel like it's lighting you up. It's opening you up to new ways. I like to see this because I tend to pick up on the things that aren't working rather than the things that are. So this to me is beautiful to be in. And then this heart chakra, I'm going to read this to you also. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. For some of you too, I also think that this partnership is not just a union, right? But they're talking about that where you maybe have seen certain things, maybe certain ways, the type of person that you were drawn to. This person, maybe, and I'm going to say this too, maybe coming in for you, even if you don't have that person yet. But it's not your typical. It's not typically what you would go for. So it's recognizing that it feels good. You know, I heard something this morning and it made perfect sense. We spend a lot of time thinking about how we feel about a person rather than what we feel in their presence, how they make us feel, not how we feel about them, but how they make us feel about ourselves. So does it light you up? Does it ignite you? And I'm really kind of getting that energy with these cards as they've come out. And I love the fact that there's a lot of pinks, there's a lot of blue, or a lot of pinks and a lot of greens, which is equivalent to the heart space. And I just, again, talked about that this morning on a podcast. And then that blue is the ability to communicate how you're feeling and being honest and truthful. It's like you're able to hear what their soul is saying to you, and you're also able to communicate that back as to what your soul is feeling to them. I really do feel like this is a very strong energetic connection. So let's grab some mantra cards here and see what else is happening for you, Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on. Okay. All right, Spirit. Excuse me. For Virgo, what does Virgo need to know? Resolving anger, exploring unity consciousness. So I'm going to say, if you guys have sat in any kind of upset, hurt, pain from the past, I feel like this is helping you to understand where that pain sat, why it sat there for so long. It's understanding the whys of the experiences that we've had. So resolving anger says, conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. I would also say be cautious too, that you're not letting yourself, like your thoughts, carry you away. With this, it's almost like a fear of getting wrapped back up into something that may potentially hurt you in the future. But exploring unity consciousness, and this card came out quite a bit as I did the other readings as well. And I'm going to say that this repetitive energy is something that I think the collective in general, not just your sign, Virgo, is dealing with. So it's exploring something outside of ourselves. And it says, I am one eternal light appearing as all. So you're understanding your place in this situation and how you're evolving through these things. It may be a slow process for some of you. For others of you, I feel like it's an awareness that you've had for a while, maybe not quite ready to examine. But I think with this reevaluating, reviewing, this Mercury retrograde plus the solar or the eclipse energy, lunar and solar eclipse coming up, is really pushing you forward as the next card down is awakening, inspired action. So you're becoming aware. It's a solid awareness of what this is about for you specifically. All right, Spirit, for the sign of Virgo. I talked about unity with that too. What do we have in the underlying energy? Unity, bringing it all together, how you're speaking, the context, what you're taking in, what you're sitting in with, how you're perceiving it to be. That card to me reminds me a lot with the throat chakra as well. So again, communicating how you're feeling, the need to communicate how you're feeling if you've not already done so. All right, for Virgo, please, Spirit, what does Virgo need to know? Moderation. A little at a time. Like I said, some slower moving energy, right? Take your time with this. There's no rush. You know, people get into and surface and the core being. People rush into relationships and things of that nature, jobs, things because it sounds good, feels good in the moment, which is fine. Like, let it feel, as it needs to feel for you. But also don't get caught up in it. Allow it to flow. And I say all the time, let it do exactly what it needs to do for you. When you get into something, we have these time constraints as we see them from what society has taught us, that, after 6 months, you should be doing this. After a year, you should be doing this. After 2 years, you should be doing this. There is no time frame on love. Like, there's a space and time where you need to start moving forward and move on to next levels. But for each of you, as you come into union with another person or anything for that matter in your life, it will progress at a certain point. It's like being somewhere for 3 years and never getting a raise. It's like, am I going to get a raise, or do I need to find something else? If it's love, you know, there may be an idea to know if you're mutually exclusive with a person. But I feel like you need to slowly dig into who the both of you are. If this is a love situation, it's expressing who you are, feeling free to express, feeling free within yourself. I feel there's a big need to be open to yourself and then open to this other person. And it's like, you will balance it out in due time. It's like one might be a little bit ahead of the other, and it's kind of like, not that anybody's pulling anybody along, but you're just in slightly different positions when it comes to the energy of it all. So it's like you will get in flow with one another, right? There's that energy there. You see them, you know, almost side by side. Somebody may be showing somebody another way, right? It's like, here, just let yourself feel. She's fully submerged in the sense that she knows, she's aware. With the gentleman that's on this card, he's starting to feel it. He's starting to sit in that energy and in sinking into what lies below the surface. So just give this time to evolve. Don't rush it. Don't think, well, you know, that we should be here and we should be doing this. Unity came out once again. There it is. This time in the reverse. I think if you maintain how this comes together, it will come out beautifully. Efficiency, like, oh, we should be here, we should be doing this. Let go of any time constraints. And I think I seen time when I was shuffling. So don't put constraints on where you think you should be. Just let it organically happen. Don't try to control it. Moral of the story. Don't come in with the need to control. Just let it happen as it needs to. Okay, very, very simple, but very hard thing for humans to do. All right, Virgo, let's see for Virgo spirit, what do we got for Virgo? Let's shuffle these guys. I think that, you know, whatever this is for you, no matter what area of life, it's going to balance out really well. I think it's a rediscovery also. Like, you're expanding your consciousness, you're expanding your wings, you're expanding the way that you're doing this. But the thing with the unity, that it came out in reverse, and the one thing I'm noticing after I've said this too, you see how she's hanging on to the world. She's hanging on for dear life. To me, it's the need to let go of control of how things play out. Just go with it. That flow, you know, they're both submerged in that water. Ace of Wands. Ooh. I don't really pick up. I don't really pick up on sexual type energy for the most part, and just without setting that intention. To me, this is almost a questioning if you're good enough. So this could be a confidence thing. Am I good enough to experience this new beginning? Am I ready to take this passionate new energetic start? Is this something that I'm capable of? Like, I want to give, it's almost like wanting to give yourself up to some extent, but questioning whether or not you're good enough, whether it's the way you look, the way you feel. Yeah, and there it is, the Five of Cups on the bottom, not feeling like you're good enough for whatever this connection is. Stop beating yourself up, because you are. You really are. You're fine. Past emotions coming to the surface of why you feel the way you feel about yourself. You know, the past pain, the past heartbreak. But I also think that this situation with that moon in the reverse, you know, that's clearing out the illusions, the confusion. It's the sunlight coming back out. Some Cancer energy. You know, it's like this connection, if this is what this is for you, is opening you up to understanding where you're more valuable than you thought you were. And I think that came up, like, you're making what was possible. It was always possible, but you seeing it as impossible is now coming together. There is possibility. There is potential with that Ace of Wands. I'm going to take these two. Four of Wands and the King of Swords. You're gaining mental clarity around what happiness means to you, and you're transforming this energy. Queen of Wands. I mean, that's King of Swords, I'm sorry, not Wands. You're transforming this energy to understand what feels good. You're coming, again, into union, stable foundations with that Four of Wands. There's reason to celebrate. And it's almost like, I think for some of you too, you're up-leveling that emotional energy. You're starting to finally step into an understanding of what feels good. And it's like mentally getting on the same space as where the heart is. So you're clearing out any confusion that sat within around what lights you up, what makes you feel good, what reasons there are to celebrate. I think maybe for a long time, you know, and I think, well, let me finish one thought. For a long time, you just didn't see it that way. Now, I am being drawn to the fact that the Four of Wands and the Ace of Wands, that makes 5 Wands. So it's like conflicting ideas of how you get through this. So again, even though there's not a lot of swords here, well, no, I take that back. There is. You've got that 8 of Swords. There's that overthinking. You're putting yourself into a restriction. That 5 of Cups keeps showing its face at the bottom, as much as I've been shuffling. There's this idea that maybe you're not. Like, is this just shallow? Open yourself up to the experience, okay? Because I think sometimes it really does feel good to you. And then in the same sense, you almost feel like it's like you're abandoning ship, even though it feels good. It's scared. It's a scared kind of energy. It's just, again, I reiterate to you, let go of control. Let go of control. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups in the reverse. Again, it could be like, it's almost like a monkey swinging from one branch. He grabs onto the next one before he lets go of the other one, kind of thing, right? Is you're trying to let go of this confusion. You're starting to plant new things moving forward, right? The 7 of Pentacles is planting your seeds, waiting for them to harvest. You may have, I feel like you've been in that position for a while, trying to find what lights you up otherwise. Get time. We've talked about time. Let go of the time constraint. Let go of the need to control. I just feel like it's so important to reiterate that to you guys right now. All right, Spirit. 5 of Pentacles. The Star. The Chariot. The Lovers, there you go. And you know, not every time does the Lovers come out that it's romantic, but I had this very, very significant feeling that this was romantic. This 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to say this, Virgo, whether this is for you or the cross watcher, one of you are the only one leaving yourself out in the cold. So as soon as you let go of this idea that you're stuck and bound to an old way, the sooner you're going to move into that Star and that Chariot energy, right? It's like, you know, run, pony, run. You're moving. Like, you have this hope. I see you kind of going back and forth between not feeling good enough, but then being very optimistic that things are going to move forward in a free moving way. And it will if you get out of your own way. Very important to understand. There's a need to step outside of that, you know, and with that, again, you've waited for a long time. You feel beat up, you feel battered, you know, that 9 of Wands at the bottom there behind the Lovers. It's been a long road to get to where you are, to be able to make these kind of independent choices for yourself as to what does make you feel good. You know, that Lovers is twofold. It's a choice that you're making for yourself, the options of what is possible for you. What is possible has always been possible, even if you've seen it is impossible. But also the fact that this is a romantic connection. This is a soulmate connection. This is somebody coming in to come into that divine union with you, that wants to open up to you. You yourself wanting to open up to them. It's there. The Chariot, again, also, he's controlling those horses. He's controlling what direction they're going. The need to release the control and just be in flow. The only person that's going to be out in the cold is you, if you allow yourself to feel that way. You are enough. You know, this guy is following her. She's in the cold too, and what they don't see is there's a place to go. There's a safe haven right there. You just got to find the door, right? And he's trailing behind her, feeling a little more beat up probably than she is at the end of the day. But she's leading the way. So you may also be in a position, and I'm not going to say there should be nobody leading you. They can offer love, support, those kinds of things, but don't let it become codependent either. I think that's also very important. Don't become dependent upon that energy. But you can help each other to get to where you're going. And I talked about too earlier. So this divine feminine and this divine masculine, In both of these cards, she's just a little bit above where he is. She's a little bit further than where he is. And part of this time, of giving things the time and the space that they need, is so that that catch-up can occur, right? We're all on different energetic wavelengths, but we are vibrationally bringing people in where we are. So this divine feminine could very well be male or female. It doesn't matter, right? It depends on the energy that we're sitting in at the time. Could just be a little more aware of how they've gotten to where they are and why they're there. And for the divine masculine, male or female, again, it does not matter, is trying to catch up. Still wounded, still healing, still figuring it out, but making progress. You know, like I kind of see these wings on this chariot, even though it reminds you of a top, it reminds me of the idea of healing the heart space for some reason. I don't know, that's how it's coming through. So there's something beautiful to come from this, but it's the need to let go of the hills that have been climbed in the past. On the split, what do we got? The sun in the chariot. Positive movement forward. It is being illuminated, it is being lit up. This whatever this connection is making you feel good. It makes you feel good. Pay attention to how that person makes you feel. That was probably one of the most profound messages I've heard today. And with this, the need to repeat it. This isn't what you've dealt with before. It's really, truly not. All right, Spirit, let's clarify the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Swords for Virgo, please. Seven of Cups in the reverse again. Again, that sun illuminating the poor choices that we made with the Wheel of Fortune. And I forget what sign it was. I think Adam was the exact same thing. Page of Cups at the bottom. Positive turn, positive change. I think this person comes in, the situation comes in, whatever it is. And with that, the offers that are being made when it comes to the emotional space is very loving, very nurturing, and again, making you feel good. I feel like I'm, redundancy here, but that's the message. So maybe I need to beat it into your head today. I don't know, Virgo. You get to decide, right? Like, you know what you need. Maybe every 5 minutes you need that reminder. So this could also be maybe you're finding that you need reassurance from this person as well. You don't seek external validation either. You don't need external validation. You just need to know what resonates with your soul. So pay attention, but this is a positive shift. This is a positive turn that you're no longer stuck where you thought you were, and again, I feel the need to reiterate what you thought wasn't possible is possible, and it's happening right now. Embrace that. So let's see here. You've got the Queen of Wands again. The Knight of Pentacles coming in with an offer. Virgo, this wands, these wands could be you. Two of Pentacles. Four of Wands again. I'm gonna just keep going back to this old heartbreak. There may be a need to, like, this person sees you fiery, sexy, passionate. They're coming in trying to show a little bit of who they are to you through that that Knight of Pentacles energy. But it's like you're sitting in this limbo, even with that King of Swords. The King of Swords isn't indecisive. He knows exactly what the hell's going on. Like, he doesn't need to be in the space of indecision. He's ruling, and here you are sitting with this Two of Pentacles, and that this offer that you're making is stable, and that this beautiful, fiery, determined, passionate, sexy, tantalizing, whatever you want to call it, person is sitting there with state. You both have equal amounts of stable foundations to present to the other. Put that Four of Wands there twice. There's a reason to feel good in this energy. Another card, please, Spirit. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Withholding those offers. It's like you want to give, you don't want to give. You give, you don't want to give. You give a little, then you step out of it because you're getting back in the head. Hangman. The Star. Again, repetitive energy. And I'm going to say this real quick too. Pisces, Aquarius, Cancer again. Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio also. This Hangman, you're needing a different perspective to get out of this sense of where you've been. You know, again, you need to see this differently than you've ever seen it before. It's like you teeter back and forth. You're like waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting to find those yellow and those red flags. If you want to make it that way, you think about it in that way, there will be. You're going to manifest that into your world. Don't overthink it. I really do feel like you guys are really overthinking the entire thing. Be in a state of flow. Be in a state of flow. King of Wands. We got a divine pairing here. Because you both want, here's the thing, you both want the same thing. You may not be expressing that to one another at this time, but you both want the same thing. If it's a job, they need you as bad as you want that job. But you got to get rid of the self-doubt. You got to get rid of the self-doubt. All right, here we go. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles, the Star, and the Chariot, please. Whoops. I just heard Spirit say, stop listening to the voices inside of your head. And I feel like that's a song. I feel like there's a song attached to that somehow. I can't remember, but the Hierophant came out in the upright but fell in the reverse position. So I'm going to look at this from both senses. I think for some of you, 10 of Cups, I think you're afraid to let go of maybe the way that you've done things, where you found your stability. Like you're fearful with that Five of Pentacles sitting there that you're going to lose out on something. So maybe somebody here isn't quite ready to make bold moves into something. And again, there's that need for time. There's that need for just the moderation to take place. Let it flourish in its own right. Let it organically happen. Let it take shape as it needs to take shape. Be in the state of flow. Let the process do what the process needs to do for you. Again, you don't have to carry the burdens from the past. And I feel like sometimes you think that if you keep moving forward with this situation, that you're going to pick up old burdens. But underneath all of that, you've got the 10 of Cups in the upright. It's emotional fulfillment. It's pure joy and bliss. But I also think that you've also reached the status, both in your Pentacles and your Cups, that have made you feel good on your own. That Queen of Pentacles, she doesn't need anybody. She's got it all together. She's got it all figured out. She has mastered everything. She's beautiful. She's abundant. She's one step down from the Empress. She's created this world on her own. But it's like afraid of a higher calling. It's afraid, a fear here. It's like you're getting what you've asked for. Don't turn your back on it now. Okay? Let's clarify some more here, please, Spirit, for Virgo. King of Swords. Ay, ay, ay. You guys. Again, came out in the upright, but then flipped in the reverse. And then... Virgo, do not self-sabotage, please, 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 please. You got the Father of Swords in the reverse, the Devil, and the Three of Swords. And then the Page of Wands. You guys... I'm going to say this, and I don't typically say run off into the sunset, right? But you're going to hit a brick wall if you don't take this opportunity. You're going to miss an opportunity if you don't open yourself up to this connection. Whether this connection is for the purpose of healing, whether it's the purpose of a lifetime, whether it's the purpose of karmic contracts, whatever it might be, you're going to miss an opportunity that you're going to, if it's to clear things up, you're going to repeat this no matter what. At some point, the universe is going to make you take accountability for something, whether it's healing or whatever. I think that you're being presented with a beautiful space to heal, a beautiful space to open yourself up to. It's presenting itself to you. It's showing you. And I think that whoever this is would be very ginger with you, would be very loving with you, would be very open. They're scared too. There's this fear between the both of you that this could go wrong. But when we let fear hold us back, we don't get to have the experience of a situation. And it's like you'd rather take on the hurt and the pain and the toxic behaviors than you would to have a new experience, because that's going to require change. That's going to require growth. That's going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone. Really think about that, okay? Because the opportunity is there. They're extending that olive branch to you. But yet you're like, but I have all this pain. Again, whatever pain from the past that you're still dealing with, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's family stuff, it could be anything, right? By all means, continue to do your healing. Do not let someone distract you off the path of healing for yourself, because you do the work for you. They need to do the work on them, and then you come together to make something beautiful and then become supportive of one another. The best thing anybody can do is work on themselves for the sake of their partnership and for the sake of themselves. But it's almost like you'd rather return to things that make you a crazy mess than to address something that just genuinely feels right to you because you're scared. Let go of the damn fear. Be careful. Do not self-sabotage. I'm going to clarify the lovers here, please, Spirit, for Virgo. What is the lovers about? I'm hearing I've seen this before. So it's like, I almost feel like you're over-analyzing every word somebody says or does. It's like, you're going to have, I'm hearing you're going to have to get to know them. You know, this reading started off fantastic, and I took a quick nosedive as I've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse, the Star in the reverse. Please. And it's like cutting off communication. It's cutting off, it's almost like you're forgetting to acknowledge within you why you stepped out on a new journey to begin with. Page of Cups. It's still there. There's that Father of Wands or the King of Wands. That passionate energy. It's like this person is still extending their love. It's almost like you're missing something. Again, a return to the past. And it's retrograde. I'm not surprised. But this is also supposed to be a learning experience as well. How will, let's see, Virgo and this person, what will be the outcome, please, Spirit? This is free will choice, okay? Wherever you put your energy and effort into, that High Priestess, I'm really getting, this is meant to up-level you. You know that what you water is going to grow. What you don't tend to will not. That Judgment is karmic stuff a lot of the time, right? That High Priestess, she's intuitive. She's the keeper of secrets. She's fully aware. And she's looking back at this with the Judgment, waiting, patiently waiting. She waits. But understand that if you don't take forward movement to this, they're going to clearly see this as you withholding your emotional energy from them. They won't wait forever. It's kind of like they're like deer in the headlights, kind of waiting to see what you're going to do. You guys are reflecting energies back to each other. Again, I told it earlier, it's like you're both fearful, but somebody's a little bit more ahead, a little more optimistic, a little more ready to be in a space of vulnerability and try. But you're going to have to meet in there, Virgo. So whether it's you or your person, somebody wants to open up, and then somebody gets scared. Somebody else is getting scared and shutting back down. So you really need to balance. So maybe the next couple of weeks might be a little difficult. I mean, we're going through some stuff right now. It's across the board in different ways. This, I think, Virgo, is just your thing. So, all right, let's get some advice for you guys. Virgo, what is the advice, Spirit, for Virgo from the Kuan Yin deck? Excuse me. This sweeping sister willow has come out for so many signs. Again, another repetitive card with message. And let's see. Then we've got to the celestial mountain. That too is a repeat. One more card for Virgo. Veil of Shadows. That is a new one. I've not seen that one yet. So, all right. Sweeping sister willow. I'm dropping all the cards. I'll get them in a second. Here is healing that brings with it forgiveness and the release of old pain. as sweeping Sister Willow gracefully sweeps any sadness and pain from your heart and your soul. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing of sadness and healing of forgiveness, creating the pathway to the greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to claim it. I talked about that healing, whatever you're healing from the past. Don't let that dictate to you where you're moving forward. Don't live in that past. Don't let that past define you, okay? To the celestial mountain, you have the ability to invoke divine power, to call to the celestial mountain so that you might be gifted with the spiritual energy you need to attain your goals. Permitting beings that love you unconditionally to help you is an expression of spiritual empowerment. You empower the divine forces that can assist you to come to your aid and help you manifest your vision. Again, this is something that you've asked for. You've asked for this divine pairing. You've asked for this person to come in and be loving and supportive of you in a way that is not self-serving in totality, right? So now that you've got this, it's like that Hierophant in the reverse is telling me, wait a second, I don't know if I can handle this. Yes, you can. You're in the space to obtain possibilities. Let it happen. Veil of shadows. A lotus blooms from the deep, rich mud into the root into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From this mud, made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives in the depths of emotion and the aliveness of your body into which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus of light. And as I read that, I heard again, pay attention to how it makes you feel. How do you feel when you think about this? How is it that, when you leave a situation, like, when you're at a party or something, and we've all been there, right? Like, we go somewhere and we walk in a room and we just feel like, ah. And then other times, we leave a place and we feel more enlightened than when we did when we walked in the door. So it's like, pay attention to the dynamic of how you're feeling in this person's presence. Because that feeling, if you're leaving there full of emotion and aliveness within you, hello, Virgo, anybody in there? Lights are on, no one's home, pay attention. Your safe haven, and I'm not saying rely codependently on another person, ever. Do not ever do that. But what you've asked for in understanding from another soul is being brought into you. It's time to pay attention to that. Open yourself up to that divine gift. It is a gift. It is a blessing. It is what you have wanted. It is what you have waited for. I think this is more of a healing connection than anything, I'll be honest with you. But let it do its job. The universe is stepping in on your behalf with what you asked for. You wrote out a check, they're cashing it. If I write you out a check for $25, are you going to take it and rip it up? No, you're going to take it straight to the bank. You're going to cash it. The universe just wrote you a check of a person that's going to meet you on a soul level right now. You're going to turn around and walk away from it? Think about it. All right? Okay, Virgo. That's your reading. Do what you need to do. You know better. You know better. If you found that this video resonated for you, hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Feel free to comment. Keep them nice, friendly, and loving, of course. Feel free to share this video. It's greatly appreciated. It helps circulate the channel. For those of you interested in personal reading, please feel free to reach out to me to the email in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. And also the website is now up and running, so you can check us out at holisticallyzenwv.com. Got merchandise and all kind of stuff, crystals, all kind of pretties, all kind of things. So, all right, Facebook, Indigo Moon WV is the name of the store. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves. I'm sending you so much love and light. I will see you for the May readings. Bye.